Hello and welcome back to another episode of Pig City Pick'em. I am one of your hosts, Zachary Abbey.
I am the other, Alexander Walker. Let's
All
go.
right. And our third host, Mr. Howard, behind the screen, is not with us. If you guys do want him on here, whether it's by voice or by face, please let us know. And I guess that's where we'll start. Howard is currently in first place with a record of 43, 33, and 2. Alexander, you were in second place with a record of 39, 37, and 2. Congratulations.
Hey, I'm just glad to finally be beating the coin.
And tied for third place is myself and the coin. Dead even. Literally a coin flip, 38, 38, and 2. From a gambling perspective, if we were putting money on all of these, I'd be even if I was spending an equal amount on all of them. And so would the coin. That's not bad, 50%. And you're a little above. And then Howard, he's killing it. Shouts out to Howard. Some people were thinking after we read his picks the first week and he had the worst week of anyone so far that he was washed and that it was fake. But he had a bounce back this week. We read the picks live and he had another good week. So good job by Howard. He wanted me to give him respect. He slid in the DMs on an app that I'm not allowed to say. But I told him I wasn't giving him respect for going Jacksonville. That was on me. I should have given him respect, but I'll give him respect on the pod. Hopefully he listens. Anything, Walker, before we get into this?
Nah.
All right. So, confidence level of picks this week's 1 through 4. How you feeling, buddy? Shout out Seth Brown.
2.5.
Okay, and he goes with the half metric again. I'm going to go 1.
Ooh.
Basically, some of the picks, and I'll tell them when we get to them, that I made was just I believe so strongly in the other side that I was so confident, and I was like, I have to fade myself. That was really my logic. So some of these I want to say, yeah, I really, really believe in the other side, so I had to go against myself. It seemed way too easy of a pick, and when that's the case, that's how they get your money. But ready to hop into this?
Yeah, buddy.
All right. And we will tell our locks when we get there. I will give a quick update on the locks, and then we'll get started. I'm on a 3 consecutive lock streak at 3 and 2. Alexander is 3 and 2 as well. Howard is struggling at 2 and 3 with the locks, so he's first in overall picks, but his big money play.
Hey, see, when he wanted a shout out for going Jacksonville, I gave him a shout out if he did it as his lock. But obviously he didn't trust it that much either. It would have been his lock. That's all I'm gonna say.
I do not agree with that logic, but I'm not giving you it was an isolated London game, concrete, cement, whatever you want to call it. You know what? I'm not even mad. It's fine. All right. Opening night of this week, Thursday night, we have the incredible Denver Broncos facing the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are at home, 10.5-point favorite. Walker, who you got?
I went Kansas City. I just do not believe in Denver at all. I know it's a big spread. When it's a big spread, you should go the underdog. I just couldn't do it. And I'm riding with KC.
Yeah, I'd like to know our statistician on our stats from our statistician on the double-digit spread, how often teams have covered. But it is the Chiefs, and they're at home. And I feel like they should be a bigger favorite facing the Broncos. So I went Denver. And the coin went Denver. All right.
Hold up. So you said you went Denver because you felt like they should have been a bigger favorite?
Yeah.
What sense does that make? If they should have been a bigger favorite, then you should have been more comfortable going Kansas City.
I feel like it's a trap. That's what I'm saying. It seemed like they should be like a 13, 14-point favorite. The fact they're only 10.5 is like something's weird. Something's weird about this. It smells fishy. I'm not. No.
Okay.
I mean, there's no chance Denver
Okay.
comes within 10 points of this game. So I had like I said, I had to. All right. So the coin
Mm.
picked Denver. You marking the coin?
Yeah, I got you, dog.
You're the
Uh,
best.
well, next one, Baltimore, 4.5 favorites on the road, headed to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Who you got?
Baltimore. How did they lose their last game? Tennessee.
Receivers can't catch.
Tennessee. How did they win their last game?
Defense.
Baltimore bounces back, wins big. Give me Baltimore on the road.
I as well rode with Baltimore.
Dang
I
it!
decided not to overthink it. Rode with them.
All right, and the coin went with Tennessee.
Coin just does coin things, you know?
Yeah. Next matchup, we have Washington, who their defense is supposed to be good, but I don't think it is. They have a good line, but I don't know what's going on. Against the Falcons, who have a pretty good defense. The Falcons are 2.5-point favorites. Go ahead and tell your pick. I have one stat to share about this game.
This was one of the first games, or it was the first game I got to so far where I actually were kind of sitting there, teeter-tottering, going back and forth. And at the end of the day, I decided to go with your. I want to change it so bad just looking at it. That's how unconfident I am.
Once you say it, it's official.
I know. That's why I haven't said it.
I have a
All
stat that
right.
could persuade you.
What's the stat?
You want to hear the stat first?
Yeah.
Let's first see what the coin went. The coin is going Atlanta.
Mm,
Still want to know the stat?
yeah.
Desmond Ritter has never lost a game at home in college or in the NFL.
Mm, I feel like that's a trap. It's a
I'm going
trap
with Falcons.
statement.
I'm riding with Ritter until he loses at home. I'll never pick against him. You can put that on the books.
See, I have Atlanta down, but I really want to go to Washington. But my problem is I ride with Washington too much. I believe in them too much. Like, I'm not even a fan. It's just Sam Howell. I'm like, just want the dude to be good. I want him to be a winner.
Go
So
with
I
him.
convince myself that they're good. And then I can't go with them right then when.
I think I'm one of the only few people that still kind of believe in Ritter. So I don't know what to say.
Hmm. I mean, if Washington just looked somewhat competent against Chicago,
They love getting
like
Sam Elliott.
I go with them easy. Give me Atlanta. I'm not changing it. Screw
It's
it.
gonna be like 19-17 game. All right.
Yeah. All right. The next one we have San Francisco, who are only 5-point favorites, going into Cleveland against Cleveland Browns, who possibly might not have Deshaun Watson. Who you got?
Yeah, I don't know really what's going on with the Watson thing. That's weird. Um, I'm gonna use the same logic. There's no chance that the 49ers should only be 5-point favorites. Like they've absolutely dominated everyone. Have by far looked like the most competent team. Cleveland looked abysmal against Baltimore. There's no chance it should only be 5 points. Give me Cleveland.
What type of logic are you doing?
I'm telling you, dude, there's no reason this should be a 5-point game.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, there's no reason it should be a 5-point game. That's why it was my lock. I went San Francisco in my lock of the week. Give me the
Yeah,
49ers all day.
I feel so much better now that you have that as your lock. Uh,
Why? I'm
coin
pretty good
with
at
San
locks.
Francisco. No, just the fact that like you're that confident, just like yeah, this seems like a obvious the coin with San Francisco.
Yeah, see? Even the coin knows what's up, dog.
Yeah, I'm more a little worried about that one. All right, next we have the New Orleans Saints, who I mean, they really kind of made Belichick look like he didn't know how to coach. It was sad. A shutout last game, 34-0. They are going into Houston as 1.5-point favorites to a scrappy Texans team. Who you got in this one? Saints, Texans.
This one was like, there's a reason the spread's fairly close, in my opinion, because both of these teams, you don't know which side of them is going to show up. The crap side could show up, or they both could come out balling, and then it's a shootout. Like, you just don't know. But I went with the team that I feel like has the most veterans on it, so give me New Orleans.
Okay. Yeah, I think Carr's feeling a little healthier. I also went with the Saints. The Saints are that team that I'm going to end up probably losing a lot of hypothetical money on. Coin also agreed with us, so makes me feel better.
All right. Next, we have the Carolina Panthers heading down into Miami to face on the Miami Dolphins, who are a 13.5-point favorites. Who you got?
We all picked the Panthers to cover last week. I will not be making that mistake again. Howard said we could judge him for choosing the Panthers as his lock. He said he was an idiot for that. I'm not going to call him that, but I'm not picking the Panthers again. Give me the Dolphins.
Another one of those double digits. They make you think on it, make you question it. But at the end of the day, Miami's offense is just going to be too much for Carolina. I think they can easily beat them by 2 touchdowns. So give me Miami.
And the coin went with Carolina.
Good gosh, I knew that coin was a Carolina coin.
All right, Seattle, Cincinnati. Seattle had the week off, looked better before their bye. The Bengals looked awful the week before, and then this past week they look like the Bengals of old. Burrow and Chase going off. The Bengals 3 points favorites at home, regular home point spread there. Who you got in this one? Seahawks, Bengals.
I liked what I saw last week, so I'm back in on them. Give me the Bengals.
Okay. I also like what I saw last week, and that was the Seahawks at home resting while the Bengals were getting a little tired, a little wore out. The Seahawks are this team that I feel like I'm chasing all year, and I don't know. I think if the Bengals win big, they're going to gain my respect, but I went Seahawks, and the coin agrees. Coin also went Seattle.
All right. The next matchup, we have the Colts going into Jacksonville, where Jacksonville is 4-point favorites, and they will. Well, I was going to say they're back home, but is London their home?
They have 2 wins there, but one was a road win. Again, respect to Howard, I guess.
There you go.
Anthony Richardson to the IR, which means he's not going to get taken out of the game early because he's not playing at all. Minshew playing his old team, maybe revenge game. Give me the Colts.
Yeah, I didn't overthink this one. I went Jacksonville. I felt like that was too low of a spread. They're baiting me, dude. They're baiting me hardcore this week.
That one I thought was kind of fair because these teams kind of play close. Colts. I mean, the coin went Colts also. Wonder what Howard went. Wonder if he went Colts. Wink, wink. All right. Next matchup we have is Minnesota Vikings minus the best player or best receiver in the league, or at least by a lot of people's standards, going into Chicago, a Bears team who, I mean, Bears fans are convincing themselves they're back, but the Vikings head into Chicago as 2.5-point favorites, despite being without Jefferson. Who'd you take in this one, Walker? Vikings, Bears.
Yeah, I went Vikings. I think this is where the Bears get hit with that wake-up call. So
maybe it's the primetime effect of the Bears, and people like, I guess Vegas sees that people believe in them a little now. I don't understand how the Vikings. I mean, the Vikings have not won games, but 2.5 points to the Bears. Give me the Bears, and the coin also agrees. I'm actually kind of not out on the Bears. I'll say it. He did not like that comment.
I had to look. We have 5 different already so far. Freaking wild. Sorry. Back to it. We have New England going in to Vegas, where Vegas is actually 3-point favorites. The last year when these two teams faced off, we got the famous end to a game. New England lost their minds and basically handed Vegas the win on a silver platter. Neither one of these teams have looked great, but Vegas has looked better. I think Garoppolo is going to come back. He's going to feed Adams. They still got Jacobs, so give me Vegas. I'm not overthinking it.
Vegas reminds me of Vegas last year, where they should win games and then don't, and then somehow do. I'm not trying to get into this, but I just think about these two teams playing last year, maybe the year before. My brain's messed up. And Chandler Jones, again, not getting into this, just catching a random lateral being tossed back for it. That's when you know Belichick needs Brady. Give me the Raiders. And the coin goes with Belichick.
That coin must have a lighthouse on it.
Oh, Lighthouse has not won a game. All right. Detroit, the Lions, who are starting to kind of look like juggernauts, facing Tampa Bay, coming off a bye. A very needed rest for them. Hopefully, Mike Evans can play for those guys. But Detroit is 3-point favorites on the road in Tampa. Tampa trying to fight for the NFC South, and Detroit trying to say NFC North is ours. Who you got in this one, Walker? Lions, Bucks.
This is one of those where I use your logic. Detroit's looked so good, but they're only 3-point favorites against Tampa Bay. So give me Tampa Bay in that defense. I think they're going to keep it close, and Baker's going to pull out a miracle at the end.
All right, the coin agrees with you. This is one of those where I almost went that way, and I said, wait. No, Detroit's legit a threat to be in the Super Bowl this year. That's my lock of the week. Give me the Lions.
Ooh, okay. So I went the opposite of your lock. I like this.
First time I use my logic is when I went lock. It's my lock pick. Sorry.
How many games have we done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've done 11 games and we've done 6 different through 11. That's pretty wild. All right. We have Arizona Cardinals, the James Connerless team, heading into Los Angeles against the Rams, coming off of a tough loss to Philadelphia, where the Rams are 6.5 favorites. Who you got?
I think people should look out for Keontae Ingram to take over that backfield. But
oh yeah, it's Ingram's backfield. That's why I didn't know why everybody was going crazy over that other guy, just because he did good. Ingram wasn't healthy last week.
Yeah, but if Ingram doesn't play this week, he has a good week, they could trade him. If people are into that kind of thing. Anyways, give me the Rams. I think they're actually a good team. I don't know how good they are, but yeah, I don't think the Cardinals are going to make the adjustments the Eagles did, and that game looked like the Rams could have scored anytime they wanted to.
Yeah. I think the Rams are back to the high-powered offense that they've had 2 years ago. And I like what they got going on offense. Their defense, they looked all right at times. But it's Arizona. I know they're scrappy. I know they can hang tight. But I think the Rams pull away here at the end and close it out. So I went Rams.
Yeah, divisional game. A lot of that division, again, plays close. But the coin also agreed with us, so no worries there. That Puka Cooper Cup duo is going to be one of the top duos at the end of the year.
I'll say it. It'll be better than Robert Woods and Cup everywhere. As a duo.
All right, that's interesting. I mean, I think Cup is so much better than he was. That's a weird comparison, but all right. Yeah, that was
Is okay. He can't stay healthy.
Okay. True. All right.
He's the Brandon Cooks now of that team.
Speaking of Brandon Cooks, remember when he got absolutely destroyed in the Super Bowl by the Philadelphia Eagles, who were heading into New York to face the Jets? Struggling for a segue, pulled it out at the last second. Eagles, one of the two undefeated teams. You picked one of the undefeated teams as your lock this week. I went against them. This time, I think we're going to be on both the same side of this undefeated team. 7-point favorites against the Jets. Fun fact for everyone at home, the New York Jets have never beaten the Philadelphia Eagles ever.
That's tough. That's tough. Yeah, this matchup, all I can think about is Zach Wilson running for his life and having to try to make smart decisions while he's doing it. And I just don't believe in him being able to do that. So I went Philly.
Okay. I did as well. We'll run through all his picks at the end, but if Howard would have went Jets, I wouldn't have respected him. He did go Philly. All right. So.
What'd the coin go?
Oh, sorry. The coin went Jets.
Oh my gosh.
That's good. That's good. That's good. 50% chance.
So both of our locks we went opposite on. Okay. So we won't be tied after those. Well, I guess we both could be on our locks, possibly.
Yeah, if you're
But
right,
we'll miss our actual pick. Okay. Next we have the New York Giants, possibly without Daniel Jones, possibly without Darren Waller.
Wait, possibly without Daniel Jones. Is that like a? Sorry. How likely is he to play? I thought he was.
I saw reports where he might not play this week.
Okay.
Saw reports Waller might not play this week.
Yeah,
but they're headed into Buffalo, where Buffalo's 14-point favorites. I'll let you go first, and then I'll explain mine.
The Bills are going to win by double digits. It's just a matter of if they cover 14 or not, and I think they do. I mean, the Giants are terrible. You never know. It's primetime, but I mean, we've seen this team in primetime too many times. NFL, I know you got a lot of things to figure out, but let's have the ability to flex earlier on. There's no reason we should be watching Zach Wilson and Daniel Jones so much in primetime. Give me the Bills. I mean, I don't know what the line would have been where I would have taken the Giants. I really don't.
I'll say this. If I knew for sure Daniel Jones was playing, I was going to go Giants. When that report came out, I changed my pick. I'm riding with Buffalo now.
How many points do you think Daniel Jones is worth? Like, if it was 18, do you still go Bills? Or I guess if it was 10, do you go Bills with Jones playing? You don't have to answer that. That's okay.
I mean, if Daniel Jones is playing, I go with them now.
Yeah, I'm saying if it's...
I mean, without him, I don't know. That offense has struggled with them at times. But they haven't had Barkley. They're getting Barkley back. I mean, if Daniel Jones plays, they cover. But...
they don't cover regardless.
I went Buffalo.
They could call Eli Manning. He could come and play the first half. They're not covering this game. I mean, the Bills burned me last week. But the Bills aren't going to be bad 2 weeks in a row. All right. Speaking of terrible teams in prime time, we have the Dallas Cowboys.
What'd the coin go?
Oh, sorry, Buffalo.
Buffalo. Okay.
My bad. Thank you. The Dallas Cowboys as 2-point favorites heading into Los Angeles, looking to change the narrative. The good thing when you're the Cowboys and you're one of the most profitable franchises in the world, you get a chance to redeem your absolute beating you take because you're in primetime a lot. And maybe they're a good team, maybe they're not. We'll find out more as the season goes on. And we have the Chargers, who are coming off of a nice rest.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Chargers scare me. Anytime I believe in the Chargers, it bites me.
Facts.
But Parsons tried to convince us that they're on the same level as the Niners. That game, like, it was just a couple plays and they're still on their level. It just was a couple plays, didn't go their way. No, y'all got demolished. Like, y'all don't even look like you were in the same league as the Niners. And with that being said, give me the Chargers, bro. They got Eckler coming back. I'm all for that.
Yeah. A couple quick things. I know we got to get out of here. To be fair, that's kind of the same logic. It sounded like the 49ers used. Well, only if we had this and if that. And I mean, you remember when they lose, how they act. But with that being said, this line makes 0 sense. Eckler says he's 95% playing before this line was even made and set. And I wonder how much it moves. The Cowboys don't even know who they are on offense. They have no identity whatsoever. They have good defensive players. They have a good roster. The fact that they're 2-point favorites against the Chargers makes literally 0 sense. The Chargers should be favored by probably 2, maybe 3. So give me the Cowboys. I'm not missing on them yet. I hope I'm wrong on this one.
So I was just curious
Going
to
with Chargers.
I was kind of curious just to see, because we do these lines Monday night into Tuesday morning, just to see what it's moved. And it's actually moved more towards Dallas. They're 2.5 now.
Yeah, that just might be money going in.
Yeah.
I just want to say my people have not been wrong about Chicago, New England, and Dallas. I picked Chicago and Dallas to win and New England to lose. So I think all 3 of those could be wrong this week.
What was it? Chicago,
New England, and Dallas.
I went against Chicago. New England, I went against. And Dallas, I went against.
Yeah, well, we're on the same side of New England. I just picking against. So, all right. If you do have any remarks while I pull up Howard's to read to everybody, as he is again a 10 above 500 is very impressive through 5 weeks. I have to give credit.
I mean, I am a little worried. I only picked 5 road teams to win. Not feeling very confident with that, but
I love favorites this week.
Yeah, it was tough. You went against all the favorites.
I love them too much. That's what I'm saying. It made no sense. I faded myself so many times. We'll see if it works or not. New to this. All right. Howard's picks. Again, the league leader. We have Kansas City, 10.5. Tennessee. Washington as the lock. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. San Francisco, 5. New Orleans, 1.5. Miami, 13.5. Seattle. Jacksonville, 4. Minnesota, 2.5. New England. Detroit, 3. Los Angeles Rams, 6.5. Philadelphia, 7. New York Giants. And Los Angeles Chargers. I guess I could have said the plus on those. But, yeah, interested to see how this works out. It doesn't look that much different than mine, but I'm also don't remember what I even just said. So we appreciate it, guys. We'll keep it under the 30-minute mark unless Walker has anything extra valuable to say. Didn't get any comments or things about what kind of bet we should have, but basically everyone that reached out or said anything said, yes, you should definitely make a bet. We're all within 5 games, even from Howard to myself in my play. So what kind of bet do you want us to make? Not just should we make a bet. That's what I want from the people this week.
All right. Just one quick comment. Howard, his first lock he chose to start the year was Atlanta. The game after that, he went Green Bay, who was playing Atlanta. He lost that lock. And now he's going against Atlanta yet again for one of his locks.
He doesn't respect the Falcons.
But he picked them week 1 and got it right. Pretty wild, if you ask me.
Yep. He watched them, and he kept seeing Ritter stats, and he's hated them ever since.
I was trying to see if he went against him any other time. I don't know.
He did last week.
This is a lot. He chose Houston last week?
Yep.
No, he didn't. He chose Carolina for his lock. Sorry, talking locks.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry. All right. Well, we appreciate it. Share it with somebody. Let's keep this going, people. Let's stay consistent.
We out.